This is a very interesting case, and it's actually much, much bigger and goes beyond Ato Essien. As Sly said, he admitted to the crime, and therefore he must do the time. He had the opportunity to pay, and though he made a substantial amount of initial payment, that's about a third of what he was supposed to pay. Probably he ran out of money. There could also be other reasons.
It became obvious he ran out of money. Yeah. When he paid the 30, and he was supposed to pay 20 later.
He did five.
He did, yes,
5
5.
and 2.
Yeah.
So obviously,
he was doing piecemeal.
Diminishing return. So it was still quite a substantial amount of money for him to come up with. So that itself, without any hard evidence, tells you that he did the crime. Obviously, where did he get a 30 million from? I know he was the CEO and it was his own bank. But you see, it goes beyond that. I mean, Sly talked about, obviously, corporate governance and other things. But it even goes beyond that. Because, Samson, human nature, if philosophers will tell you, human nature itself is self-centered, self-interested, selfish. Even people with good intentions or doing something good for society could somewhere along the line, where the self-interest and other things kick in, will try and maximize things for themselves. It is for that reason that we have the police, for instance, or we have people who are supposed to provide, basically responsible for regulatory responsibilities, supervisory, fiduciary, and all the things that, the central bank, that's the Bank of Ghana, does. It is clear that it's not only the board that failed in its judiciary responsibility in terms of governance. Fiduciary responsibility in terms of governance, but the central bank itself also failed in its supervisory and regulatory responsibilities. And that this bank and many others were able to get away with things because of the weakness of the regulatory system. And it surprises me because when you go through all the banks, there were different issues. Others even presented, if that is true, fictitious document to set up some of these banks. That is a clear failure of the regulator on not being able to find these things out. It is surprising. We are talking about board members not being called to answer questions. It's also surprising that officials of the Bank of Ghana nobody has been called at the Bank of Ghana to answer any questions.
I think they gave an indication earlier that the investigation will not end with these private entities, but also people within the Bank of Ghana in the regulatory system.
Well, I don't think we have gone far enough, quick enough. And that the longer it takes, I mean, I know you lawyers say, the wheels of justice grind slowly and all that. But it clearly tells you that there is a failure in our system, especially the banking and the financial system, that what we have done and called a financial cleanup or bailout itself was not, I mean, the government did not think through it very well.